out some things. We even had a feature where every time I added a new app or a new garden into the app, it automatically blasted Instagram with a thing to tell people to get on. We've tried different things, but it seemed it wasn't paying as many dividends as we wanted, so we just cut that out. But that's a good question, yeah. That's not the question.
Yeah, I was wondering, aside from either the value now or the value intended on being added in the future, I guess, what added value does it bring then if I just Google search gardens near me? Like what I guess addition does it bring over a normal Google search?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's something to what Nat was just getting at too. That's something we ourselves struggled with, was what differentiates us from Yelp? What makes us different? And so we've really highlighted or tried to highlight the qualitative data. So the storytelling aspects of getting the oral histories from the farmers, the sort of connecting the foodways, understanding what they're growing, where they're sending their food to. So less like a Yelp is in some ways static, right? It's just a static map. We really wanted to make our map dynamic, where it was showing these connections, these relationships between the points. That's definitely something we're working towards, because right now we are essentially Yelp for gardens. And so that is something we're trying to do with the data enrichment and things like that.
I think it's going to be the user interaction that's going to be great.
Yeah.
That you can't get as much on Yelp, where you say, you know what, I like to garden tomatoes, and there's a bunch of other people, and we create this community, and we go in that garden, and we make friends, and something. This is really what the benefits of apps is, that you can get users to be connected through the app and the usage of the app, and maybe get earn something from doing it.
Yeah, even just to that point, like let's say your neighbor's growing heirloom tomatoes or local urban farmer is, and you really want to grow those for yourself. So you go to the farm, talk to them, they give you some seeds, and you can start your own, sort of connecting the dots on that one.
One of the things the very first iteration when we were thinking about this was this idea of, again, an Uber kind of idea, but everyone thinks of Uber, right? So I have to use Uber, but it's a good, everyone's familiar with it. Then you click on our app, and you say, I want LA, it's all about LA. So I want not just corn, but I want Oaxacan purple corn that's grown in South Central LA. And so you click on that, and then it would be like an Uber bike that would go to the farm, pick up, and I want 5 years of hyper local. Then this is the chef asking for it, and then the chef gets to promote that urban farmer, that community, that cultural kind of knowledge. So the cultural knowledge, the ecological knowledge, local ecological knowledge, and LA is what makes LA amazing, right? It's kind of the app. Well, you can see it as augmenting that. That's what we're trying to figure out. It's almost like the terroir of something. But like looking at the app and looking at LA as regions of not just climates, but like growing regions and cultural food regions that are. We have maps of that, right? But in a way that's much more user interactive. It's much more fluid and dynamic. That you could actually visualize on this part of near Florence, there's a bunch of grape growers over there. And link it to the temple. It's seasonal. Link it to the different times of the year. Now it's like this good living. It's like an almanac, a digital almanac for the 21st century. That's kind of how we'll think of it.
What about people that have gardens? That they think about it, they have too many orange trees, and people that say, "Oh, I love to pick up some orange and help someone," and then they connect. Because in my neighborhood, sometimes I go for a bike ride and I see this tree full of oranges, and I'm like, "That's terrible to let it go to waste." And this thing about saying, I want to pick up orange leaves on someone's tree, and wish they had the labor to do it, and it's just a community thing. And then you find it. I don't know if you can find it on Google Maps very easy. Probably not. Yeah. And there's a peer-to-peer community thing there that is. Every business needs something that is like an ignition, something that get it going at the beginning. And that's very, very difficult. It's almost like a safe that has a code to get in there, and you have to find this code. And here, the students there's going to be probably 30 groups. And each one of these groups is going to be thinking of what they think is the code to break that safe. And they're going to work their own little formula of the code. And then tell us, once the safe is broken, this is what you do as the next stage. And then as the next stage. So again, you see, talking about the app is it's not even secondary, it's tertiary. You have to really think about what is the business momentum that you need. And sometimes when you work on a project like this, I've done it so many times, being inside is very difficult to actually think about what I'm telling you right now. And it's much easier to see it from the outside. It's a little bit like a doctor that needs a doctor to tell them what to do because they don't really know. They need to have this outside view. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have 30 point of views of what the steps. And that's why it's very exciting to teach this class because I'm going to really see if people are creative, but at the same time, they base it on sources they've collected. And that's what this is about. And that's why students actually like this class for the most part, is because they're realizing that in real life, it's exactly the same thing. You have to do this because you see that's what you're facing. And therefore, we thank you again for offering you this opportunity.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. This was absolutely amazing.
Maybe before you go away, I didn't want to cut anyone. Is there any other questions? Yes.
Do you guys have like any competitors? Because like I feel like I've heard about like some other like people have done this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them do it.
So can you tell us, like maybe that's a very good question.
Yeah, there's a couple different competitors. One of them is sort of a defunct project that was coming out of, I'll say UCLA, I'm not 100% sure on that, but it was renowned. I'm forgetting the project, I'm so sorry, but it's defunct now, so we actually spoke with the woman who was running it. She kind of gave us her data set, worked with us to kind of say what happened to her project, which was just a lack of manpower and funding out of that university.
We've got a list of links we can send.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
get a list.
being one of them.
Yeah.
And we'll share it with everyone, that way you have it as a base, because oftentimes you have to do your own research.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they may have a slight
Right.
different point of view, which happens another competitor.
Exactly.
Since we can have those PowerPoints.
Yes.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will get this and then send it to everybody. There was a lady in the back with a question.
Hi, thank you so much for the presentation. If we have any questions, should we reach out to you or?
No, I'm going to collect all the questions because then I'll do a depository of questions and I will give you a date when I need all the questions and then I will send it to you and that way we have one big set of answers.
However, if anyone wants to visit the hydroponic farm or any of the other things I talked about, the coffee, you can email me directly.
Yeah, not for the question we need to do it properly because otherwise it's too much. But any other questions, you can email Professor Zapia. Any other questions? There was someone, I think. Okay.
Anything else on this end? All right. Thank you guys so much for your time.
We still have 15 minutes.
I'm going to take off. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you. So, I don't know about you, but I think this is very exciting because there is a need for this. There's definitely a need, and so I think we can make it work.